What's going on, guys? Matt McCoy, Acoustic Selection. I hope you're doing well. God's doing big things in your life. I'm going to take a quick little break from the 40 days of 4-chord worship and go over what is the very first lesson I would teach a kid or maybe even a teenager, maybe even an adult. You're just learning guitar. You know nothing. You know the shape of a guitar. That's about it. So people ask me this question. I thought I would go over it really fast. A couple things. I was just going over my son. I'm teaching my 9-year-old son, Blake. He's the one in the profile pic. This exact lesson. So let me say this. First of all, make sure the guitar is in tune, especially a parent. If you're teaching this to your kid or something, make sure. I use an app called Guitar Tuna. It's free. You just go to each string, and it'll tell you to tighten or loosen. So make sure your guitar is in tune. I say all the time, when I used to teach kids in person, 10 out of 10 times I would get to their house, and their guitar was out of tune. So no matter how good you are, no matter how much you're pressing the right strings, if your guitar is out of tune, it's just going to be off. So make sure your guitar is in tune. So a couple things we're going to work on is the first thing is just holding a pick. So just have the pick pointing a certain direction, have their thumb kind of straight up, and teach a kid just how to hold a pick. And make sure, so you're teaching them. I showed my son Blake 2 chords, an A5 and an E minor. So I'm going to tell them that this is the first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. So you're going to use your second and third finger, which is your middle finger and ring finger. It's the only 2 fingers you're going to use. You're going to first play the 2 middle strings of the 2nd fret. I would tell each of these squares is called a fret. There's 6 strings. The bottom one's 1, the top one's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the only 2 chords you're going to play the first lesson is your ring finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, your middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And you're just going to work on doing a 4 count down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're working on having their hand over. A lot of times, even my son has to start out with the guitar laying down. That's fine. To put his fingers right, and then he'll pick the guitar up. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first chord. Then you're going to simply, for the E minor, that's an A5, you're going to just move your both fingers up to the 5th and 4th for E minor. So a great exercise, and you just work on the 4 count there. You eventually want to get where you go back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because again, you're learning to keep a grip on the pick. You're learning to lightly, don't go too hard. I usually see beginners do that all the time. You're lightly going across the strings, and you're just kind of teaching how to just press the strings you want to. A lot of times you'll have somebody get lazy and they're like this, but their fingers touching the string or whatever. So you're kind of keeping your first finger and pinky finger pointed out, and you're just getting those first chords. And up. So that's the first thing I'm going to teach in the lesson. It's just that right there. Just going back and forth, giving a 4 count, just doing a down strum. Don't worry about any kind of up strums or strumming patterns. You're just doing a down strum. You're just going down. You're holding the pick. You're making sure the guitar is in tune. So for the guitar, this is the neck. I would teach someone this is the neck of the guitar. This is the body. This is the sound hole. Each of these little squares is called a fret. So you press certain strings. You don't even need to know the string names yet. You just press certain strings in certain frets to play the chords you want. And the first 2 would just be this A5 up to E minor. Now, especially if you're a beginner, your finger's going to hurt a little bit. That's normal. And if you accidentally press a string above or below, that's fine too. You're just getting used to holding the guitar, kind of looking over it, that kind of thing. And the last little hack I would say is, if you want to, especially if you have a larger guitar like this and you're teaching a kid, if you want to minimize the size of the guitar, just put the capo, let's say, on the 5th fret. Now you can see that the guitar has instantly become shorter. The distance between your hand and your playing is shorter. So now the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret is the 2nd fret. Because remember, everything's relative to the capo. So now those chords are going to be, instead of your hand way out here, away from the base of the guitar, away from your head, it's going to be much closer, easier to see the chord changes. And you... right there. So same 2 chords, but you're in a closer proximity to your body and allowing you to see what you're doing a lot easier. So I definitely would recommend, again, you're not trying to play songs, you're not trying to get too fancy too fast. I would recommend getting some kind of sound that the young guy, young girl's familiar with, so they start getting confidence and they start saying, oh, okay, I can do this. And again, if you're ready to just expedite all this, guys, I have a strumming course. I have a strumming course, but I have a beginner guitar course. It's going to walk you through everything, parts of the guitar, how to tune the guitar, strumming, how to make chords, how to play your first song, all that kind of stuff. So I would recommend, like I said, for the price of 1 or 2 lessons, you can have a whole course. If you're interested in learning from me online, if you like my teaching style, it can be a blessing to me if you go check that out. So go to acousticselection.com, all one word, acousticselection.com. I've got very beginner piano courses and beginner guitar courses. So if you're interested in music, I'm currently teaching my 9 and 7-year-old both guitar and piano at the same time, because I think so much about music obviously is related in theory, that kind of thing. So I try to teach them both at the same time. So I hope it's gonna be a blessing to you all. Like I said, just check out those 2 chords and do a 4 count. And it's very normal. They will not be able to do a chord change fast like that. They're gonna do this and then stop, lean the guitar back, put the strings on, lean the guitar back, go back down, and you want to just keep practicing that until you can get faster. Kind of working on the internal timing, that kind of thing. So, all right, guys, check out the website, acousticselection.com. If you want more videos like this where it's very, very basic for new beginners, drop a comment in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to make it happen. Love you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Back for 40 days of 4-chord worship. Let's go.